So, Jurassic World Rebirth. Let's just stop this. Let's call it what it is. This isn't some revolutionary new idea for a well laid out franchise that absolutely needed a new installment because the fans were holding their breath or something. And no, it's not like the storyline desperately needed to be continued or else everything that came before wouldn't have made sense. What this is, unfortunately, is Universal Pictures' attempt to milk the Jurassic Park franchise for every last cent that they can until the IP is so artistically bled out and hollow that there is nothing left of it. Listening to that, it almost seems pretty darn sinister because once upon a time, better creators with an actual passion for the game made the original Jurassic Park movie. Steven Spielberg's 1993 original was a testament to the futuristic thinking of filmmakers of that time, where they actually gave a fuck and hence, there was genuine effort. The original isn't a CGI slugfest with rehashed characters with copy-paste traits, which makes them indistinguishable from literally every other character in every other movie or franchise. No. The film was a groundbreaking project that struck the perfect balance between art and spectacle. And so much so that it's just not the characters of Sam Neill's Alan, Laura Dern's Ellie, and especially Jeff Goldblum's Ian that stuck with most people to this day, but also the breathtakingly realistic Tyrannosaurus Rex and Raptors, who more or less were like an extended cast instead of being one among the thousands of CGI monsters in a movie that has little else to offer. Because that's exactly what this movie seems to be. A monster film with a myriad of CGI dinosaurs that have now begun looking like full-blown kaiju or even aliens at times. A film where new convenient plot points are added as and when the studio executives desire to push out one more stinking piece of shit of a film upon the audiences with a cast that consists of quote-unquote diverse individuals, and simply because of that people are expected to watch said films, and if they don't, there are all sorts of accusations thrown upon said audiences of being racist or some kind of phobic, and the well-deserved failure of these projects are chalked up to all kinds of identity politics instead of blaming bad filmmaking. If that doesn't sound like every other big-budget Hollywood project these days. Sorry for the rant, but it's frustrating. Being a fan of the art that's cinema and helplessly watching as a spectator when people who aren't even buying the fucking tickets are now in the driver's seat and are about to drive us straight off a cliff. Is it really that bad though? Yeah, it actually is. There's been so much bad cinema coming out of Hollywood as of late, they're losing steam big time. Granted, I haven't watched the film yet, since it hasn't even released, but the things we know so far and the trajectory that the franchise has been on in the past decade, there's no doubt in my mind that it'll just be another empty shell of a film with the name Jurassic Park stamped upon it to exploit the franchise one more time. But let me talk about the synopsis of the plot once so there's a better understanding about what to expect. So 5 years have passed since the events of Jurassic World Dominion transpired, where the dinos seem pretty happy and dandy. But suddenly the Earth has now become inhospitable for their species. Like how? Whatever, so fast forward to today, most of the dinosaurs left are on an abandoned island where the research facility for the original Jurassic Park was located. And also they've mutated due to experimentation by the scientists back then. Right. No, I believe you. It's just that they've never mentioned it ever before, but yeah, I believe you. I mean, why not? And as I said, they've mutated into mind-blowingly massive creatures, so much so that it makes no sense, almost like a kaiju. But oh, they're not just some massive walking building-sized piles of meat, because their DNA has a magical property that can save millions of lives. Ooh. So a bunch of scientists and soldiers backed by a rich white dude try to go and retrieve it. $10 says one guy among the team, most probably a white guy, will try to take it for himself to try and weaponize it or sell it to a black market arms dealer or something. As a matter of fact, another $10 says the rich white dude is evil because he's rich and white and a dude. Isn't that how Hollywood works these days? And who will they choose to lead this life-threatening but critical mission to save humanity itself? It actually would have been shocking if it wasn't a woman, especially in 2025. Let's just have another look to see if all the generic tropes have been checked off the list. Fuck, there's nobody representing the multi-lettered crowd. You guys, you almost had me worried.
Naughty, naughty.
There's also what looks like a family that's stuck there, in an island where no one goes. Whatever. But I guess the girl boss needed someone to save, so here they are. How bloody convenient. You see, I have nothing against Scarlett Johansson. In fact, I've been a fan of her filmography since Vicky Cristina Barcelona. It's these generic tropes that I have a problem with. Not only because it's totally not how the real world functions, but also because these are the exact same tropes that have brought Hollywood to the brink of ruin. But to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't expect much from the director Gareth Edwards anyways. He's been long associated to the Monsterverse and wait a minute. Large but sort of unidentified life forms and ecosystem on an isolated island? Check. Six-legged kaiju looking creatures? Check. A tracker? Check. The same poster? Check. Strong female character? Check. Scientist with glasses? Check. Oh, for fuck's sake, it looks like the man's just trying to recreate Kong Skull Island, but with dinosaurs instead. Well, it's their money to burn, so who even cares? Oh, but they've apparently added elements of horror to the film to pivot from the family-friendly theme of the previous 3 installments. Yeah, that's really gonna help, isn't it? How much more can they really do other than adding a few jump scares and some body horror from time to time? It's not like there'll be a dinosaur ghost or something. But you know what, at least that would have been a new idea, which is more than I can say for Jurassic World Rebirth. The film is in fact so inconsequential, the most talked about event was Scarlett Johansson's kiss with Jonathan Bailey at the movie's premiere. Yep, gotta take wins where we can, don't we boys? I'm not against mindless entertainment, in fact I enjoy brain-dead franchises like Fast and Furious and the Monsterverse from time to time without any complaint. But that's because that's exactly what they were always meant to be. But that's not at all the case with franchises like Jurassic Park, Aliens, or even the MCU for that matter, because they were once upon a time pure. And that's why they matter to people, and that's why people get all sorts of pissed when money-hungry studios keep exploiting IPs with never-ending installments and spin-offs that have no heart, which has brought about Hollywood's franchise death. I digress because it's a topic for another time, but as far as Jurassic World Rebirth is concerned, yeah, it'll make a ton of money in the international markets especially. Yeah, it might even get good reviews from critics who've sold their soul. Yeah, the CGI looks like it's pretty good, and yes, they'll turn it into a trilogy of soullessness. But what it'll never do is invoke genuine emotion or bring about an artistic revolution, especially in a time when it's most needed. But the sad part is that they aren't even trying. That's it for today, people. I'm gonna go eat a hot chocolate fudge.